Welcome to Homefront Sit Rep. I hope you're in for a great show today because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find Homefront Syrup on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out Homefront Syrup's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Out on the edge of the battle and back, we've carried the weight and we've walked every track. From desert dust to the fire at home, we've learned how to fight, how to stand alone. But no one tells you what comes after the war, when silence is louder than the guns we bore. That's where we speak, that's where we heal, with stories too real for Hollywood reels. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, we're warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. It ain't all medals and waving flags. There's pain in the silence and weight in the bags. But we've got a mic and a mission to share, to tell the damn truth, cause somebody's gotta care. We laugh, we cry, we cuss, we pray. We honor the ones who ain't here today. From basic to battle and back to the block. This is our rhythm of round table talk. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see. We're warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. Still heavy in dreams out of reach, for the lessons the textbooks could never teach. We're sounding off, no filter, no prep. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. So if you're born with boots or love someone who did, if you swallowed your hurt and kept it all hid, pull up a chair, you're not alone. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, where courage meets scars and raw honesty. This is our anthem, our truth intercept. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the ones still standing and those we've lost yet, for every single story we'll never forget. We speak so others won't forget. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. Real talk, real vets, real life. Homefront Sit Rep podcast, where the mission continues.
Welcome everybody to a Sunday edition of Homefront Sit Rep. How is everybody doing? Gunny, how are you, sir?
I'm home. I'm not in a hospital bed, so that's 100% better than I was last week at this time.
Yeah, definitely.
As I was hooked up to IVs and antibiotics and everything else. So yeah, just rigors of war, man. It every now and then rears its ugly head, and surgeries and scar tissues, and doing its nasty stuff in my gut. So, but I'm here.
Well,
And
I'm glad you're back.
get to take off to Vegas tomorrow for I don't know, 4 days, 5 days for a conference for work, and then I'll be back next Sunday.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're back, and we were saying prayers for you. I know you were dreading being kidnapped by the hospital folks up there, and luckily you didn't have to stay extendedly there. I'm glad you were able to get back home and do the things that you needed to do and not be stuck there in the hospital. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if those frequent flyer miles expire or anything, so I got to keep them rolling, right? So I think a couple more stays, and they might name a bed after me or something. I don't know how that works.
hey, they might name the whole friggin' wing after you, bro. You never know. Never know.
It's funny, man. I mean, the doctor came in, the general surgeon came in. She goes, "What are you thinking?" And I told her, I was like, "It's this, and this." And she goes, "What about this?" I was like, "I can't be that because it's not the same symptoms." And she goes, "Yeah, that's what I think too." She goes, "Well, what do you think for a course of action?" And I told her, and she goes, "Yep, that's what I think too." glad
You're
we
doing her
agreed."
job.
She went out the door, and that was it. And then I saw her the next morning, and she goes, "What do you think?" I was like, "I'm ready to friggin' eat something. That's what I think." She goes, "Light fiber, low fiber, we'll see what you can do. If you keep it down, you get to go home." I'm like, "That sounds like a plan." And
Nice.
it happened. So, I was there for 40 something hours. So, but yeah, no, it's one of those things, dude. It's, once, twice a year it happens, and you just got to roll with it.
Well, hopefully it don't happen again for the end of the year for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, we got a couple more shows before we take our 2-week break. And then, I got a family vacation coming up, heading south um, to Orange Beach for a little bit, and then back just before Christmas. And then roll out the door for the Military Bowl,
Mm,
last performance of the year. So looking forward to that. We've not done that one in a few years. We've taken off out the door. I've been halfway there or been there,
r-
and we've canceled because of weather or projected
right,
weather. And it was a good call every year, just because we did have low ceiling, high winds, or whatever it was, rain, snow. But
right.
yeah, I think it's who did I see? UNC, or no, East Carolina. I can't remember who the other team is, but they announced, they had bowl selection today, so that's already announced, and it's an 11 o'clock game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, Louisville's playing Toledo in some bowl. I forget what bowl they're playing in, which is, yeah, it, eh. And then I saw Notre Dame didn't get in, and
It's one
they
of those things.
refused. They
Yeah,
re
and you know, when you have a school like that that's on the independent side, right? They're not in a conference. They do play power schools,
Mhm.
but it's hard to fight when you're not in a conference, right?
Yeah.
And I think they did get snubbed because there's a couple teams that shouldn't have made it. One in particular, Alabama should not have made it. I mean, they don't take into account that championship game, right? They
Right.
got spanked by Georgia. They put
Oh, yeah.
7 points on the board.
Yeah.
Come on now. I mean, nothing
Yeah,
against Alabama. It's a great school. It's a great program. But just this year, those last few games, or that game specifically, I think the selection committee, and they're not going to listen to little old Pecker with me, but the selection committee needs to take a look at the entire strength of schedule. And if they play a championship game, a conference championship game, that needs to be included,
yep,
because it's
I
still a
agree.
friggin' football game within the season. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you 100%,
But
and
again, SEC gets the nod like they do every friggin' year, and I don't understand why. I mean, it's a great conference. They're going to win the majority of their bowl games just because they're paired up against, and they're quick, they're fast, they're strong. It's just one of those things, man. I don't think the 12 best teams are in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I don't either, and of course, I'm a Cardinal fan, and we crumbled at the end of the season, and a after looking back, I'm like, "Were we even worthy
Yeah,
to even be in the conversation?" It's just like, I mean, we had some good wins, but, when we lose to the people that we lost to, and hell, the SMU didn't even make it in.
yeah. Well, I mean, look at UC. They were
Yeah,
rolling, and then the last 5 games of the year, they dropped. I'm like,
yeah,
how against those teams you lost?
yeah.
Seriously?
It's crazy, man.
But
Um,
and good on Notre Dame for sticking up for themselves. And I get it. They feel as though they should be there, and they should. And there's going to be a lot of people agreeing with that. And but look at, was it Florida or Florida State a few years ago, got
yeah,
the little snub, and half their guys that went into the portal or were going into the draft said, "We're not playing. Sorry."
yeah. Or South was which one was it? South Florida, or one of them went undefeated, like, the whole season, it went undefeated.
I think it was either Florida State or Florida. I can't remember which one it was.
No, it was an ACC
Or
school.
UC,
Um, it might have been South Florida,
Central
University of
Florida.
yeah, one of those, but they went undefeated, and they were, and Alabama won the championship, and they're like, "No, we're the national champions because we were, undefeated and
Mhm.
stuff." So, but anyway,
Is what it is.
yeah, this weather in Kentucky, it's bipolar.
Bipolar.
Yeah, bipolar. Here we are. We had 4 inches of snow. So I did this whole week except for one day. So we were we went into the office on Monday. We stayed in the office, went in the office on Tuesday, stayed in the office. Wednesday, they're like, "Oh, well, we're going to send you guys out," even though there was still 4 inches of snow on the ground because it hadn't got above freezing to melt. So we can't see anything. They're like, "Well, we're going to send you out. Just return the jobs." And it's like, so we're going to dispatch, go out there and look at it and say, all right, return the job. So, which affects my numbers. So
Yeah.
we did that. And the next day they kept us in the office. Then yesterday or Friday, they kept us in the office. Went in today, I was able to I actually did some jobs today. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, we ended up with close to 5 here, and everything's gone now for the most
Yeah.
part, except for where we shoveled the drive. Well, I say where April shoveled the driveway off because I was in the hospital. Um, those piles are still there on the edge of the driveway, but other than that, what was on the ground is gone.
Is gone. Yeah, definitely gone. So, all right, man, we got a great guest. Two people coming on tonight. Organization is called All American Heroes Foundation. The website is aaheroes.org. That's HEROES.org. What they are, who they are, their mission. The mission of All American Heroes Foundation is to enhance the mental health and well-being of veterans, first responders, and their caregivers through throttle therapy, outdoor wellness, and backcountry education. We foster healing and resilience by promoting teamwork, communication, and a strong sense of community through shared adventure and purposeful connection. We empower our nation's heroes and those who support them to grow, thrive, and rediscover their strength beyond service. Now, this is something cool because we've talked about throttle therapy before, but we were talking about also wind therapy, so getting on a motorcycle and just cruising, right? Well, this is back backcountry throttle therapy, and this is right up your neck of the woods, up being the Maine,
Yeah,
grabbing that snow sled and just going for it, man.
getting it.
So
I mean, and now, and it's only been in the past few years. Maine, a lot of the trails are old rail beds. And now, once the thaw happens and the trails dry out, they actually open them up to ATVs and side by sides now, or
nice.
UTVs, whatever you want to call them. No dirt bikes because they tear everything up, but a lot of farmers let them use their properties and stuff like that. So I mean, from my brother's house, we can go to Canada, we can go to the coast. My mom from
Nice.
my mom's house, we can go to Canada, we can go to the coast. So, and they have GPSs built for the side by sides and snowmobiles and everything else to keep you on track. So it's pretty cool. And what these guys are doing, and yeah, I'd like to get back on a sled and just brap a little bit. It's been
Heck
a while.
yeah, man. Yeah, I've never been on a snowmobile. I've done dirt bikes, four wheelers, all of that good jazz, side by sides. Never been on a snowmobile. So I think it would be fun to get on one and just rip through some backcountry in the snow. For one, I love snow, but just to get on a snow sled and just friggin' go.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's a whole different ball of wax because you have to worry about snowbanks, you have to worry about drifts because you never know.
Holes,
You might, yeah,
what's underneath the snow. I mean, there's just so much that you have to think about, especially when you're backcountry and off trails and stuff like that. You have to look at the terrain
yeah.
at the whole time while you're just gripping and ripping.
So yeah, I definitely that's something that we're gonna have to do eventually. Is me and you, we're gonna have to go find a place to go snow sledding somewhere. I think that'd be fun. So yeah, we definitely have to do that. What's up, Mr. Stephen LaMonica and Rich LaMonica? How are you, gentlemen from the Misfit Nation? How are you guys? So I think we're ready to bring our guest up. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I'm sure they're back there sick of us running our sucks for the past
Probably.
15 minutes.
Probably. All right, so let's bring up Miss Heather Williams and her husband Matt Williams up to the show. Welcome.
Hey guys.
How are you?
How are
guys?
y'all doing today?
Doing wonderful.
I'm on the right side of the roots, man.
Yeah, who is it that says it? The I'm debt free guy, right? They always ask how you doing. He says better than I deserve.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, Matt, we know who you are. We don't
You
know
do?
who Miss Heather is. So, Miss Heather, introduce yourself to the world of Homefront Sit Rep, if you don't mind.
Thank you guys for having me. My name is Heather Williams. I am the Chief Executive Officer for All American Heroes Foundation. I am also a psychologist. Um, I'm a mom of 4, a grandma of 1, and since you've already announced it, I
Grandma
guess
of 2.
I mean, grandma of 2. I'm so bad.
Aw.
And since
Hopefully they're not watching.
Gigi's gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
And since you've brought it up, I guess I'll tell everybody I'm married to that dude. I try not to tell many people that, but it's been let out, so it's gonna happen tonight.
Right.
I found out that most of the people that follow me because of her. So let everybody know.
She's the popular one, not you, right?
They always ask me, how do you put up with him? I tell them, I'm like, look, guys, it's because I get to meet wonderful people like you that keeps me going. Because if it was for him, just all about him, I'd be done.
Mm. It takes a very strong woman to be married to a Marine anyway. So I applaud you there. Because my wife will tell you, we've been married 20 years just this November, but been together for 23. And I don't know how she's put up with me this long. So I applaud you there.
Well, we all have a little group you don't know about, and we get in there and we talk about all the crap
For sure.
and,
For
and
sure.
we plot. That's how we make it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it.
And I did hear you guys when I was backstage. I heard you say you would like to get on a snowmobile. So before we go too far, I want to invite both of you to go to aaheroes.org, go to our ride application and apply. Put my name in there so I remember that I was the one that told you to do it. And let's get you out there and let's let you experience what All American Heroes does.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely.
And I can tell you, Willis, you said you've never ridden one before.
No, I have
It
never.
is different. So I rode my first one this March for the first time. And when they take us out, right? When you go out, you're on a trail, just like Gunny was talking about. You get on a trail and then we stop, kind of learn how to use it a little bit. Then you go a little bit further and then you get out into the some like hard pack, and then they're teaching you how to get on the edge. And then we get back on the trail, we go up a little bit further, and then we get out in the back country. And we got up, what was it, 12,000 feet is what we
I
got
think you
up
guys
to.
made it to 13.5.
And up in the mountains, and we find a spot up there that we crawl up on the top of a mountaintop and take a picture with the view in the background of all the other mountains. And it is just absolutely amazing. I didn't ride as much as everybody else. My back started hurting, but I got up on one of those hilltops and just sat there and just looked at the scenery, and it was just pure bliss. And watching everybody have fun, learning some new things, meeting some great people. It is an absolutely amazing experience.
The
it's
views
taxing,
alone.
trying. I mean, they're 800 to 1,200 pounds, and you're trying to throw the thing around, getting it on edge, right? And that's the hardest part. If you've never done it and trying to learn it, is just trying to get that thing to roll over on you, just to get enough that you're not kicking it out or tipping it over or getting thrown off the other way. So I mean,
and that's something you're gonna have to accept. So for about an hour, we're out quite literally turning it on edge to try and get it on edge. You're gonna fall off, and you're gonna fall because you have to get right to that point to where you're not falling over, but you're giving it just enough throttle for that track to keep you going, and then you lean the other way.
You're going to spend a lot of time digging yourself out the first hour or two. A lot of time digging yourself out, and that's okay. Our team's there to help. They're going to be right in there with you. We're going to push you to do it. And if you tell us you're not getting to 10,000 feet, we're getting you to 12.
Yep.
Hell yeah. No, I love it. Just for the view itself. When we were in Bridgeport with Gunny and I, what was the summit? 9,000 something feet up at the summit?
You're asking me to remember that. So you got to ask me that before the show so I can look it up.
Right. Yeah. So we were up in the summit there, and then we traversed higher after that. And The views in the mountains are friggin' amazing. Except for when you're in a whiteout condition, then views suck. But no, we'll definitely have to put a application in to go do this because it's something I want to definitely do. Look, it's Mr. Adam Bird. What's up, Mr. Adam Bird with Heroes Media Group? So, Heather, do me a favor
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about American Heroes Foundation, All American Heroes
Okay.
Foundation.
All American Heroes was started in 2020. It was started with a veteran that one of actually our president made a phone call to a veteran who was in crisis. He was actually sitting on a 5-gallon bucket and was about to end it all. And he talked him off that bucket. That bucket's still with us today. And they began to talk and they got him out on a snowmobile ride, and All American Heroes was formed. Um, our president, Ryan Patterson, great guy, great at getting him out on the snow. One thing about our board is it's 100% made up of veterans and first responders. So there's not one of us that sits at the table that hasn't served in some sort of capacity. Our executive director, Ryan Chalupsky, is an amazing person. He was served with our special forces group. He's currently, as we're speaking right now, he is out on contract training our special forces in winter warfare. I just spoke with him earlier, and they're sitting at like 66 inches of snow where they're at. So he's in his element and got to go out and rip on that boost today. And they're taking brand new guys that have never seen a sled and they're putting them on it. So we are in active communication and contracts with our active duty military, training them as well.
Nice.
Our secretary of the board is Cody Smith, an awesome writer. Cody's also serving on the police department currently. He is in Colorado, and he's actually on night duty right now. That's why he couldn't be here. So he's out on the beat as we speak. We've got an amazing team that we just want to help people change their lives. They've been in that mental headspace where they've sat in that chair and couldn't get up and couldn't function. And we want to get them out. Let's let them experience that there's life after service and that there's people here to help them after that. We've positioned ourselves. We're taking mental health to a whole new level. We're doing a lot on communication and on team building. We've added in the aspect of the caregiver and now adding in the kids as well. One thing you'll hear all of us say at All American Heroes are the kids are the unsung heroes. Mom and dad leave and they come back somebody else, and it's just a mind whirl for them. So we're going to pull them in and love on them, and we're going to show them, look, mom and dad may have changed, but we're here to help, and we're going to get them back on a path, and we're going to do it as a family. So we've added in, we don't just have snowmobiling, we have side-by-sides. We're hoping to get something out here. I'm in Missouri, and we're hoping to get something out here in the Mark Twain National Forest. This coming summer, we're working diligently trying to get that planned. We have a ranch down here as well where we're going to be taking some couples, doing some mental health retreats with them. We've seen a huge number of veterans that, whether it be male or female, that the marriage ends up into divorce after service. And we're seeing that also in the first responder fields. And we want to put a stop to that. We want to see we don't want to lose another veteran. 22 a day is a small number compared to what it really is. We're looking more about 54 to 56 a day. And our motto is every time we go out, if we can save one life, we've made a difference. And we want to do that with the first responders too. We're also adding in some bow fishing, fly fishing, and there's some other things in the works that we haven't let out yet, but we're constantly growing. And there's not if somebody meets us with a challenge, Cody, he really wants to bring in overlanding. So we're gonna try to push to bring in that overlanding this year. And we just want to see them get out in the great outdoors and change their mindset.
Gunny, that's kind of right up your alley, ain't it?
Man, I heard, fishing, whether it's bow fishing, fly fishing, fishing.
Yeah.
That's all I heard.
Yeah, he says he's here for the
After
crappie,
fishing,
but
I didn't hear anything. After fishing, I didn't hear anything. Sorry.
I mean, just so my reset's outside, being outside in nature. Gunny's is sitting on a boat, sitting on a fishing bank somewhere, just just reset. That's our reset.
I'm
And
in the water. That's
Yeah,
it.
Hey, Gunny, you know what'd be nice, Gunny, is you come out this way and I'll take you on a 10-hour float trip on a kayak, and we can fish the whole way, pull into some of them coves, catch some largemouth bass, and then just keep on going. And we're there, but it's about a 10 to 12-hour trip.
Yeah.
And it's just on the water. We stop, we find a gravel bar, and we
If
just
I
pull over
could,
and eat lunch and then get back on it. What's up,
if
honey?
I could, before Gunny takes that trip, you might want to ask him about his shin experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And when I tell you that I packed sunscreen, you might want to use it.
So what she's talking about is I went on this trip, right? I wore the zip off pants while I was getting hot. So I took the bottom parts of the pants off and sitting on that water for 10 hours.
yeah, you're gonna get.
I actually burned my shins, the bone.
Oh,
I couldn't walk for 2.5 weeks. But I'll do it again. I'll just wear the
Absolutely.
pants. I'll just wear the pants the whole day.
just unzip them and then just zip it.
Drape
a
them
little
over
bit
top.
so it goes
There you
over the top. That's it, man.
He
You gotta
did
figure
have
this out.
he did have the sunscreen with him that he refused to use.
I did.
And let's just say our house was absolutely miserable for about 2.5 weeks because all we heard was, oh.
You've seen like a deer, brand new fawn, like get
Yeah,
up
yeah.
and try and walk. That's how I was just going to use the restroom.
Oh
Right,
man.
you get up and fall because you can't put any weight on your legs. Oh, it was awful. But I'll
Nothing
do it
can
again.
touch you. Nothing.
That
can
must
touch
be a Marine thing because I hate using sunscreen too. So it must be a Marine thing.
you. Yeah, I got a
It must be.
dermatology appointment when I come back, and they've taken they've taken cancer off me almost every single time. She's like, "See you in 6 months." I'm like, "Dadgummit, can we make it just 1 year? 1 year? Come on." No, every
Oh,
6
man.
months she's friggin' cutting on me somewhere.
Now, guys, I know we're here for All American Heroes, and I don't get an opportunity on a podcast or on live or with anybody to. She had brought up Ryan Chalupsky, and he's out with the special
Force.
operations right now, training. He was a Army captain, tabbed. I didn't get the opportunity to find out what unit he was with, but an amazing guy. I never even knew he was an officer, and I love the guy. There's nothing I can say bad about him. And then I heard this video, and I actually called him and I was like, "You son of a sorry sack." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Why didn't you tell me you were an officer?" I said, "I now have so much more respect for you because he doesn't hold that that power, right? That I'm an officer, I'm better than you." He is so humble and he's a really great guy. Patterson wasn't an officer, Army guy, super great guy. Oh my God, Smith, Cody. Anyway, and Cody, same thing. He's young in law enforcement. He's doing great things, and he means so much to me, and he's doing wonderful things for both the veteran community and the first responder community. These people, and I'm not going to say anything nice about my wife because obviously y'all know I love my wife. Been married to her for 20 years. But they're all doing amazing things, and they every one of them truly have a passion for helping, and it's always something new that's coming forward. I mean, as I was talking to Willis, my wife was on the phone on a business call before the show. She's always talking to somebody, always figuring out a way to help move forward. And you're going to hear so much more about the foundation in this episode. But if anybody listening, if you've made it this far in the episode, please go to aaheroes.org. If you want to volunteer and help, I do believe there's a spot on the website to volunteer. Please, let's get out there. Let's help these guys. All veterans and first responders need our help.
Definitely. Yeah. So
that's my gushy. That's my gushy, by the way.
No, you're good. So I'm on the homepage. So
Uh-huh.
if you go to aaheroes.org,
Yes.
that's aaheroes with 2 e's.org. The first thing you see is that you guys you're giving away a Polaris snowmobile. And y'all have done this every year since you've.
This one's different. So what our giveaway snowmobile is it's done at Heydays every year, which is the largest snowmobile show in the industry. It's in Minnesota, and that's where we take and we open it up a couple of months ahead of time. Our website looks a little different. There'll be a registry for people to go and apply to win a brand new snowmobile. And we take it from thousands of applicants and we dwindle it down to our top 5 or 10. We then have one-on-one personal interviews on it, and we take it from that top 5, top 10 down to one person. It
Mm.
could be a veteran, it could be a first responder. They have no idea that they even win. We have 3 different ones set up to be there, so nobody knows which one of them won. And then the last one we did, Ryan Chalevsky presented it. But we get together as a board and we hand them the keys to a brand new sled. The one you see on our website is actually to help for funding with our programs. So we are still what we call in our baby phase. We're a 5-year-old foundation, and we cover when they come on an event with us, it covers their lodging, their food, their rental of their equipment. From the time you step foot on with us, you're taken care of. We do not cover travel yet. We are hoping to get there. That would be a wonderful 2026 blessing if we can get that there. But what this sled is going to do is raise funds to put on our events. So when we bring a veteran or a first responder, from the time they step there till the time they leave, all included is $1,000 a person to take care of them for that 4 days. So we put the sled out there and doing a sweepstakes. It will be drawn in 5 days. We have 5 days left. The person will have it by Christmas. I know it says it's a 2022, but it is a brand new sled. No miles on it. Well, the couple of miles they have to put on it to test them. But it is brand new. It's decked out from RSI and Straight Line. Arctic FX has done the wrap on it, and they've done a great job. So we're very proud of this sled. Looking forward to it getting its new owner. Chances are $25 a chance. That gives you 18 entries into that sled. And right now we have a second promotion that we just put up yesterday. Anybody who goes and buys $100 worth of chances on that sled will also go into a secondary drawing for a new bar setup from RSI.
So I got the screen there with the sled on the screen right now, and that thing is phenomenal looking.
Yeah.
It's
That's phenomenal.
The picture doesn't do it justice.
It absolutely doesn't. And so, as she said, it's a brand new 2022, never been ridden. It's an 850 RMK Chaos, the Matrix Slash. It's a 165. It's got the 165-inch track on it, and it's a 2 3/4-inch studs. So it's mean.
It's gonna crisp snow.
I like the look. I like the look of it. I mean, yeah.
So that's something we also take pride in when we do our designs. We come together as a board and we'll throw 2 or 3 ideas. We may take those ideas and put them into one, and we spend countless hours looking at this and deciding what's going to be the best to represent. We want to make sure that we're not just representing veterans, but we're also representing first responders. And to us, nothing more than the red, white, and blue screamed to us for both. So we went with that black kind of look. Our president, Ryan Patterson, has that black look on his, and we all loved it. And so we kind of went with that black look and added in those white and blue, or the white stars and the blue. And I think it came out very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that subdued look on the stripes always looks really, really good on everything, even if it's just a regular flag, right? A cloth flag. But when you get it in a wrap or you get it in a paint job, there's nothing that can touch it. You know, it's just the way, especially with the way that the flag is kind of moving, you see where the shadows and the highlights and everything are. And it just highlights, especially on that, it highlights certain aspects of the cowling of the sled too.
Yeah, it gives you that detail. We were very proud of that. And, you know, we can't thank Arctic FX enough. They did an awesome job on that wrap.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice.
So
yeah.
we didn't talk about it yet. We've talked about the backcountry and this and that. Where is the event held?
We are nationwide. So typically for our snowmobiling trips, we're going to be in Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Colorado, Minnesota. Um, that's our typical area for that. Then we've got the Midwest. We can use Missouri, again, Minnesota, Tennessee, Kentucky. We can use those areas for side by side. Colorado, again. There's not many places with a side by side we can't go. Fishing, it's
Yeah,
endless on where we
that's
can go with
Everywhere.
fishing.
Yeah,
So what
everywhere.
we
depends
do
on
right
species,
right now, since we're not able to provide the travel for the veteran and first responder, we try to pick people that it's closest to their area. They may still be out of state, but they're not coming too far. And that's why the more events we can do, the more veterans and first responders we can take. Our typical group is between 10 and 15 people. We try to keep it pretty intimate. We want them to get to know us and trust us and see that we're really there fighting for them, as well as we want to get to know them. And if they're really suffering in another way other than what they've told us, we want to make sure they're getting that help.
Mm.
So
Oh.
we try to make our groups relatively small, 10 to 15. We do all the meals together, so everybody eats together. Your cabin, usually with that kind of people, we can't find one cabin to put everybody and give them their own bed. So we're separated out by cabins, but you're
Just as
always
long
going
as I
to,
don't have to share a bed, I'm good.
you don't have to share a bed.
What?
You don't.
You mean you don't want a spoon?
That's
Now, now our team, the guys, including Matt, they try to fight over who gets to spoon with who.
I'd say we did cold weather training in Bridgeport, and then we did the first time we went, we did a survival portion with that, and my battle buddy came down with hypothermia, and he had to get in the bag, and our corpsman looked at me and goes, "Hey, you got to get in the bag with him." I'm like, You're you have to monitor him. What better way to monitor him than you get in the bag with him?
Yeah.
Homeboy's gonna die if I have to get in there with him because this is not happening.
That is one thing we do. You may have to share a room with another guy, but you won't have to share a bed. We don't put them in the same beds. And most of the times, if there is rooms to be shared, we try to take those and give you guys the peace and the rest and your time.
It's only
Nice.
4 days, right? So it's no big deal to share a room. It's not like none of us, to include the first responders, haven't had to share a friggin' squad bay with
Right.
Other dudes.
Well,
You
and
know what I
that's
mean?
part of that
So-
mental camaraderie, bringing you guys back together, meeting new people, making connections, and it takes you back to those military roots. So, we're not wanting you to relive every bad thing that's happened to you, but we want you to get that sense of togetherness again, and that you do have a community outside of your service.
Yeah.
And there's something great. We didn't get to do it on our ride because there just wasn't a bunch of snow. But what they like to do is take you up, dig a hole out, and get some trees and start a massive fire out there on the hill. Now everybody's around the fire, hanging out. You've got your sleds by you, and then you've also got the fire pit whenever we get back, right? So you eat, you do your wind down, and then you have the fire pit going, and everybody could come out if they want to. Now you're sitting around the fire, shooting the breeze, and you start getting to know each other and build bonds, and it's pretty amazing.
It's not just going to be, let's go out and rip on some sleds and come back in and do nothing. I'm going to challenge you. We're going to do some team building. We're going to do some fun activities that it's not like, oh God, I have to do this, but it's going to be fun. You're going to get to know the guy to your right and the guy to your left. And we're going to work on how we're going to communicate together, and we're going to take that back home. So you're definitely going to leave on a big high with us, but that's not the end of it, because you're stuck with the four of us for the rest of the year.
Luckily, she didn't say 5 because
We've been trying to get rid of him. He just won't go.
Well, he kind of has to tag along with you. I mean,
I do.
Or he's stuck at home with the kids. I don't know. Tag along with my wife or be stuck at home with the kids.
I'm snowmobiling.
Guys, he throws himself down on the floor and throws a fit to go with me.
Oh,
Damn it. You weren't supposed to tell anybody that.
Yeah, it's an absolute meltdown. He wants to go.
I could see that. Throwing that Marine Corps tantrum.
That was between us.
Well, it's not anymore. The whole world knows now.
Oh, that's awesome. So,
So
what
we
do
go ahead.
y'all have like sponsors, or do you, if somebody wanted to help, like let's say there's a business that's watching this now, or somebody who has a lot of money to just donate, how would somebody go about becoming a sponsor or donating to you guys?
Well, there's a couple different ways. If they want to just donate or sponsor, no questions asked, no talking, just do it. The best way is to go to our website, go to the donate tab, and you can donate through there. It runs through Squarespace. If you're wanting to look at like a corporate sponsorship or an event sponsorship, we have different tiers on that. And you can reach out to myself. My email is on the website on the bottom of the first page. Reach out to me. I can send those over. We can talk. Everything, whether you send it in what we call anonymously, where you didn't reach out to one of us to donate, or whether you contact us and we talk, we are a 501c3. Everything is tax exempt. So you'll get a tax letter from us for your donation, a donation letter, and I will send that out. We take a lot of pride in making sure those get out within 7 days of your donation. I'm not one of those two. I do take care of that part myself, and I don't want to wait till the end of the year and mail all of them at one time. So you're going to get those quickly. And we've got different tiers on even on our corporate sponsorship, from it being one event to it being quarterly or monthly. We also, if someone has a business and is interested, we love doing the Roundup program with businesses where they may not be in the financial position to physically help right now, but they can ask their customers if they want to round their total up to the next even dollar. And that adds up. And that just all comes to All American Heroes.
Nice. And you also have a merchandise as well, correct?
We do. We've just added that in the last couple of months. We're still growing with it. Jellyfish does a wonderful job, and you order it, they're going to take it, they're going to make it, and they're going to ship it to you. And so they have been great. Paul and his crew are awesome. Great product. I've got on, don't know if you can see, I've got on one of them. Matt's got on one of them. He's got on the hat too. Very comfortable, and he's great to work with.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it here. You got t-shirts, you got hoodies, you got
We've got
a beanie,
stickers.
you got
Mhm.
stickers, you got tumblers, you got a hat that Matt's wearing, which is not on the website.
That one
I
is
don't.
not. It will rotate back in.
Okay.
We've also got some gear bags coming that will be put on there, possibly a blanket. We're kind of looking at some things, but we're going to expand our wardrobe, if you want to call it. We're going to start expanding that. And if people have things they would like, reach out to us. We'll see if we can get it made. It goes on the website, and Paul will take care of you. Great product. It lasts. I wear mine daily. So we're getting washed every day, every other day, and they hold up.
Nice. All right, let's see. What else was I going to ask? Gunny, you got any questions while I look at this real
Nope.
quick?
It's snowmobiling, man. I'm all in. All in.
Listen, I understand that my wife's really good at explaining what. I mean, it's like she's done it for a living or something.
Right.
No, and there is another part to that we don't really advertise on our website, but I do help veterans for the foundation to file claims through the VA. If they have been denied, if they're looking to file first time, if they're just stressed and they're scared and don't know how to navigate the VA, reach out. I will help you. I'll walk you through it, help you file your claim. We're in connection with a guy by the name of Sergeant Major Schickel. He's awesome. He's got a program called Vets to Vets. Wonderful program. No cost to any veteran, but he helps from everything from discharge upgrades to VA claims. So we have him as well that we lean on and reach out to a lot. But if there's anything a veteran or a first responder needs, hit us up. Just because we say we're taking you out for throttle therapy, we're here and we care.
And guys, anybody that's listening, if y'all want to help sponsor All American Heroes to get an office space for my wife, we've had freaking veterans right here in our home and we go meet at McDonald's and we go to their house. And this is at no cost to the veteran for her to help with VA claims. And she reaches out to many people if she doesn't have the answers. So we're everything that they do for veterans is at no cost to the veteran, with the exception of travel to the event for now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're listening to this or watching this now or later, you can reach out to Heather at allamericanheroes.org, or you can go to their website, aaheroes.org. Scroll all the way into the bottom, and you can contact. I think it'll go straight to your email as well that way.
Yeah, that goes straight to my email. And I'm checking my emails 24 hours a day. So I usually respond within an hour unless I'm sleeping, which is not very often. I do sleep, but not very often.
And you guys are
She-
Central Time Zone, correct?
Correct.
We are central. So we're spread out. Cody and Ryan Chalupsky are Mountain Time. Patterson and myself are Central Time.
Nice.
So we cover the states. Cody's in Colorado, Ryan Chalupsky's in Montana, Ryan Patterson's in Minnesota, and I'm in Missouri. So we're spread out.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. No, I love everything that you're doing, and especially now that you're including like the spouses and children into it, because a lot of organizations out there, they forget, especially your bigger ones, they forget about the spouse and they forget about the children, because mom or dad might be off serving wherever, and the spouse is at home taking care of the kids. Well, the kids are serving just as well as that spouse, and there's a lot of things that goes on in their brain when they're back home. And is mom or dad coming home? When are they coming home? And so that what was that? That's what, secondary PTSD from that, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that families go through that.
Right.
And
Or the change they see once they get home.
right,
Because that's not the
right.
same person.
right.
Or you've got the scenario like us. Me and my wife didn't get together until we met while I was in the military, but we didn't actually get together until after. And then we had our kids, and just the way that we act, the way that we treat
Yeah.
causes a secondary PTSD as well.
Yeah. And they don't know why, right?
They have no clue.
And at a young age, you don't want to sit down and explain it to them, So my kids were both born after I got back, and I was working with a nonprofit, and we were at a very large auction, and my life events are being talked about on stage. And we get back to the house that the nonprofit had rented, and my oldest, I think he was 5, 6 at the time, he's like, "Dad, sit down. We need to have a talk." And I'm like, "What? Who the hell are you?" And what was said on stage, he was truly hearing it for the first time, because any interview I had done, or any interview my wife and I had done, he had never been in the room. And then he obviously didn't have access to social media, so he couldn't see those things. He couldn't hear those things. And he started asking questions. And it's like, well, buddy, it's not like I wanted to, but this is what was going on with me. And then fast forward, I don't know, a year, and I was speaking in DC at an event, and he's like sitting there right in the front row looking at me. We got Brian Killamedes, the MC. We got all these high-ranking military officials, and I'm now talking about my life events and everything that's going on, and he's right there. And here's Gunny friggin' just bawling on the stage with all these high-ranking officials and athletes and owners and whatever. And it's like, oh, you have a tremendous story. No, it's not a damn story. It's my life, and it's something I live every day. And unfortunately, it's something those two boys right there have to live with every day now.
Yeah.
So that transfer, right, whether you want it to happen or not, is happening. Your actions wear off on them, and I see it every day in my 19-year-old. And I just want to beat his ass. I mean, he's 19 now. I mean, I can. I mean, it's still,
it's assault, not child abuse.
It's a slippery slope. But the way that he talks at my wife, right? And it's like, boy, we're not doing that. It's not how we do things here.
Well,
but he's seen me do it.
But
for
Gunny,
plus years,
Gunny, I don't know, Willis, both of you, whenever, I mean, you're out, we still hold a presence that we're Marines, and that your actions represent me.
Right.
And that's a mindset that we have to not only hold, but kind of reel in, because they have to be individuals. I'm not in the military anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not on base. What you do in public, yeah, it's going to look bad on me, but it's you. I don't have actual punishment for the things that you do when you're on base. And it's something that we have to learn to do and pull back and still somehow keep. I treated my daughter like a little devil pup. And those of you that don't know what a devil pup is, that's a Marine Corps child, devil dog, devil pup. Anyway, so and I can guarantee that this is every branch does the same thing, because we're taught that there's an image that we have to hold, a standard, and our kids have to follow that same standard. And I found myself doing it to my wife, right? Because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're married, if my wife was to get a speeding ticket on base, that's my problem.
Yeah. That's a direct reflection
of
me. I get in trouble for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we still hold that same mentality. And this is something that my wife, so we don't care about the grooming standards. Not anymore. So she's, when we first got together, she was like, I want to become a psychologist. And in my mind, it was, no, if you do that, I'm going to divorce you, because you're going to end up micro-analyzing me, and I can't stand that. And then we went through all of the troubles we went through, and I got better. I'm working on myself, and I'm like, honey, this is something you should do. And she's moved in, and now she's working on her master's and moving into her doctorate. And everything that she does is, I told her, I said, when you get your doctorate, when you're done, I'm going to be a doctor too, right? And she goes, no, you won't. I said, yeah, every single one of your papers is about me.
Well, quit doing so much crap, and I won't have to write about you.
Yes.
If you would behave, I wouldn't have anything to write about.
Right.
Yeah. And so getting back to the point of you guys taking care of the family aspect of things, it's amazing that you guys are doing that, because we all, my wife will tell you that my daughters act just like me. And I see it as well. Like Gunny said, he sees it in his kiddos. And I'm like, I have to rein myself in. And for the longest time, I didn't go to the VA. I wasn't getting care for, my stuff that goes on with me. And my daughters act the same way I do. And I'm like, bro, there can't be three of us in the house. Only one could be, Yeah. But luckily, we were able to see early on that the way I acted was transferring to my daughters, and we had to try to correct it. So with you guys, including the families into those events, it will help those children and spouses see, hey, this is something that we can help dad with or mom with, and kind of see those triggers, kind of, sort of,
and vice versa.
And
right?
Vice versa.
It helps the veteran understand what the family is going through, and what we can step back in and go, is that really that important?
Yeah.
Right. Because there's some things that we think are important that aren't.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things too. Whenever you start in the team building exercises with the families included, I don't know if any of you guys have done anything with Wounded Warrior Project, but they do some events that are, 4 and 5 days long, and you go out and you do team building stuff.
The Project Odysseys.
Project, yes. So Project Odyssey is right here in our town.
Used to be.
Well, one of their events was, yeah. And that's the one I went to. And I had always thought, you know, building a group of veterans is awesome. But if we were to take our families and do some of this stuff, now they understand what we go through.
Mhm.
And then we also get to see where they struggle, where we can help.
That
Not
critical
called,
thinking piece.
yes.
Well, and you can, from a family aspect, we can sit back and see you go and meet up with these 5, 6, 7 guys and work as a team and get a mission done for the week.
Yeah.
But when it comes home to that home life, that mission that we're needing done isn't getting completed because the veteran's not able to work with us or vice versa. So our mindset is let's help change that. Let's open that communication to where the wife, the child, the husband doesn't feel like they can't respond to the veteran or vice versa and communicate with them, because a lot of times it comes down to they're scared to communicate on how you guys are going to react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and let's bridge that gap. Let's teach them how to communicate and how to walk away when there is going to be that heated moment instead of having that blow up meltdown that the kid's scared and it's causing secondary PTSD.
We no longer want Legos in our relationship, right? Eggshells, Legos, whatever you want to call it. There has to be an open line of communication. There has to be.
Well, I think there's not many Marine wives that won't tell you they feel safe and protected physically with their spouse, but when it comes to emotionally, they don't feel protected.
Extremely
And
detached.
we have
Yeah.
to begin to build that gap and bridge that gap back, because the military is not going to do it for us. And it's the
Yeah.
same way with the first responders. They're not going to do it for us. So as the Marine wife or the Marine, we have to go and do that. We've got to set that up and lead by example and start bridging that gap for those people that feel like it's hopeless and that they'll never be able to have that family unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you become broken, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You're no longer capable of doing your job. They don't care anymore. You're just a number, and somebody can replace you. And it doesn't matter if you're in the first responder community or the military. It's just the way it is. It doesn't matter what job you're holding either, or how many times you've been through selection, or how many tabs and pins and awards you hold. It does not matter.
Yeah.
We become numbers, not only in the jail system, but in the military. You're a number.
Yeah.
You're a social security number,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and a body to go do something.
Yep.
Yeah. So we've touched on a lot in this hour, and it's gone by quick. I was like, dang, it's already an hour.
Well, I mean, if you wouldn't run yourself for 20 minutes at the beginning, it'd be all right.
Listen here, Linda. So is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want to touch on, Miss Heather?
I think we've covered a lot of it. I would like people to go check us out. Don't be scared to apply for a ride. Don't be scared to reach out and ask us questions. And if you feel compelled to donate or feel led to do so, we would appreciate it. The veterans and first responders would appreciate it. And guys, get your hand in on those tickets for that sled.
Yeah,
You're not going to find a better way to get a sled at $25.
everybody out
on,
there.
on Facebook, because I'll just share that, or Instagram, or anything like that I can share. Or...
There should be on the All American Heroes Facebook page. There should be the guys have posted. I don't know if you follow Matt on Facebook or not, or we can hook up and I'll get you a link so you can share it.
Okay.
But they can go directly to our website and click apply here. I think is what it says. No, what's it say?
It says
enter to win.
Register here.
Yeah, and you just click right there. It takes you right into it. You select how many tickets you want. And don't forget, if you do $100 or more in tickets, you're going to get into that secondary drawing for these last 5 days for that bar setup. So, and that's sweet. I don't know if people know much about RSI and Straight Line. Go check them out. Great guys. They do awesome things for us. They love veterans and first responders. So go check out Straight Line, RSI.
Just so everybody knows, that sled will look amazing on whoever's trailer it is when you're headed to the mountain.
Oh hell
I
yeah.
mean, everybody wants this thing in the back seat or on a trailer or in their garage. It is. I'm telling you, I've sat on it. I've played with it. It is freaking amazing. I wish we had it a little longer so that I could ride it.
See,
No.
I would love to have it here. I would love to have it here in Kentucky, but we don't get that much snow here in Kentucky. So
Well,
unfortunately, I would have to
that's-
travel to Missouri or somewhere to use it.
Well, we don't use them in Missouri either, and that was kind of the thing that we were talking about whenever Heather came on the board. Is you're only reaching a small amount of people when you stay winter. There's a
Mhm.
small subsect of veterans, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna get to go on a ride. I'm gonna get to go ride a snow machine one time. Yay, cool! That was awesome. What are we doing now? So that's when the side by side come in. That's when this, the fishing, all of the other things are happening, so that you can reach more people.
Yeah.
Other than, and with the sled, your ride season is like 5 months, 4 months,
Yeah.
right?
Depending
So
on where
there's
you're at. Sometimes less. Yeah.
well,
hopefully
running throughout the country, it's like 4
Yeah.
months.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll end up with a side by side to do something like this with. And now we've got more people in other parts of the country that can display that side by side to get it out there.
Heck
So,
yeah.
For sure.
but this
Heck
sled's
yeah.
go in 5 days. We're drawing a winner.
So you got 5 days to go to
Mhm.
aaheroes.org, click on enter here, register for that sled, and let's make this a really good fundraiser for All American Heroes Foundation, because they're doing amazing things and they want to continue doing amazing things. But with any nonprofit out there, you got to have the money to do that.
Yep.
And like they said, they pay for everything once the veteran's there. You just got to travel there, and they want to get to the point where they can actually help do the, pay for travel and everything. That way, the veteran or first responder or child or caregiver won't have to pay a dime out of pocket. So
And if I, correct me if I'm right, or if I'm wrong, honey, but you're actually in communication with airlines to try and get discounts on those veterans' flights as
We're
of right
trying.
now.
We're trying, and we do have different discount codes through different partners we have. So where if a veteran or a first responder is one of them, off the top of my head, is Rocky Talkie. If you're looking for a radio through Rocky Talkie, we can get you 30% off. So we do pass those out to the veterans and first responders that go on our rides. We're working with airlines trying to get things done. We're working with other big industries. There's a lot of meetings in the works that we're going to. So hopefully, as we go into 2026, there's going to be even bigger things on the horizon.
Heck yeah.
Telling you, she's constantly busy, man.
I
And
love it,
another
man.
thing, if you guys, I know a lot of people shop at Walmart. They shop online. If you fill out the registration for Good Sparks through Walmart, and then attach it to your Walmart account. When you check out online, you can round up for All American Heroes.
Heck yeah. I love it. But I want to say thank you, Miss Heather. Thank you, Matt, for coming on here and hanging out with Gunny for this hour. I know you guys are busy, super busy. So I want to say thank you for coming on and hanging out and telling us all about All American Heroes Foundation. So if you're watching this out there, go check them out. Please, please go check them out. If you're on Facebook and you follow them, click at 3 dots and invite your friends to follow them as well. That way we can get them out there more, because they're in Missouri, but they're all over. But somebody in California or Florida or Maine might not know about them. So make sure you send that out to all your peeps for sure. But thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it. And from All American Heroes family to all of you guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
as well.
to you guys.
And a happy new year.
I'm gonna drop you down and end the show. You're welcome. Gunny, what do you think, my friend?
Man, I got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? And the good thing is for the winter stuff, they have a lot of options, right? They're not just stuck in one area, because if they don't get snow, then they can't do it, right? So they got to look at the snowfall, they got to look at the snowpack, they have to look at everything when they're planning their event. So, and then of course, fishing. If there's a freaking pond, a lake, a stream, a river, whatever, you can fish. Just doesn't mean there anything's in there, but you can fish,
Oh yeah. Dude, I
And
can
then
sit on a
the
fishing.
side by side stuff, man, it's becoming so popular, and a lot of the states have opened up the old rail beds, and some of the even the national parks have trails through them as long as you're being respectful, right? And that's what it is when you're out there riding, is respecting nature and the landowners, and obviously the equipment, especially when it's not yours.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've always done, four wheelers and side or back in the day before side by sides came out. Always I had four wheelers and dirt bikes, and we would ride the power lines and stuff like that down in Nelson County, and just have a good time. But you had to be respectful. Whatever you packed in, you had to pack out.
Yeah,
Because if you didn't, then they started gating it off and stopped letting you do that. But now that it's more, side by sides and stuff are more prevalent nowadays, a lot of these places are opening back up, and you're able to go out and do that.
yeah.
Um,
I
as
mean,
long as
up
you
home,
respect it.
up home, you're riding through the blueberry barrens, right? And as long as you stay on the road, you're fine. But there's times that people will go into the barrens, and it's like, nope, this is cut off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now you have 20 miles that you can't use. There's a gap.
Mm,
How do you get from point A to point B? You can't roll it down the road, right?
right.
I mean, some of them are licensed. You can do that, but if a landowner, you're not treating her stuff properly, and they close that trail, you
You're
screw it for everybody.
yeah.
Just because you thought you could have a little fun in a cornfield.
Yeah.
So be
And
respectful,
yeah, you
obviously.
definitely got to you got to respect nature, but you also have to respect the landowner as well,
Yeah.
whoever's allowing you to be there. It's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege to be on their property. So you definitely got to take care of everything that's out there. So
Well, and
yeah,
and they're renting the machines, right? So you got to
yeah,
respect that too, because to replace one isn't cheap. To fix them's not cheap. I mean, you throw a track out in the middle of nowhere, and you don't have the proper tools to put it back together, or if you rip a track, that you're stuck there for a while.
yeah, yeah. Man, I love it. Thank you to Matt and Heather with All American Heroes Foundation for coming on and hanging out with Gunny and I for this hour. You will be able to catch this episode on Thursday night on Reese Across America Radio. That's Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. So you'll be able to catch this episode there as well. And if you're watching this now or watching it later or listening to it now or later, thank you guys for coming on and hanging out with us as well. Gunny and I, we really, really appreciate that you take time out of your Sunday, Monday to hang out with Gunny and myself. So, all right, Gunny.
Yeah, you're not alone. You still have worth. You still have value. Don't let the dark days win. Surround yourself with people that are going to build you up and not tear you down. And you don't have to be a product of your environment, but don't play the professional victim the entire time either. There are resources out there that will help you get you back, point in the right direction. It may not be a handout, but it's definitely a hand up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. To every veteran who carries unseen scars, know this: you're not alone. The battles within don't have to be fought in silence because your brothers and sisters still stand beside you. That's just so powerful. I mean, it's just so powerful. Hashtag be someone stranger. We talk about this all the time on Homefront Sit Rep. We as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. Matt and Heather were talking about it a while ago about the campfire when you're out, taking the sleds out, create a big bonfire out there in the middle of nature, and you're just huddled around it, warming up and just shooting the stuff.
The
Almost
stuff.
said a cuss
The
the stuff.
stuff.
And that's when bonding takes place. Well, when you get done with your ride and you come back, you break bread, and then you're sitting around the campfire back at the campsite.
Yeah, and you're laughing at everybody that got thrown off their sled, or you
There you
did, or you
go.
buried it all the way up to the windscreen, or all you see is the back of the track because you just hit a hole and everybody's busting on you, right? So, I mean, it's those moments, man. And we've all been to events where there's a million friggin' strangers, but at the end of the day, when that bonfire happens or you're eating, that's when the talking, the healing, and the camaraderie really begins.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, hashtag be one stranger. we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So when you're out and about and you see somebody and it looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And if they give you the red flags, "I'm okay, I'm hanging in there, I'm living a dream," ask the next hard question. How are you really doing? You never know. That could be a 5-minute conversation, could be an 8-hour conversation, but you have to be ready for it. You never know. You could save that person's life. They could save your life. You never know what that person's going through. So ask the next hard question.
Yeah, and it takes a village. We all have friends. I mean, we have people on Facebook that we've only met once. We have, Instagram followers. We have, the tickety tocketies that are following you just to see what's going on in your life, or to snoop in on you, or pick up your phone, open your contacts, scroll it through, and do the cell phone roulette. Right? Click the number, give them a call. Your voice just might save their life when you're the one that you thought needed saving.
Yeah, definitely. So it takes a village. Like I said earlier, you can find Homefront Sit Rep on reachaccrossamerica.org/radio on Thursday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's Thursday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern. Or you can download the iHeartRadio Audacity app or TuneIn app. Search the word Reese, and you can find us there as well. Big shout out to our partners, Heroes Media Group, Military United Podcast Stream, Elite Engraving, who did this amazing hat, RDC Shoe Company. Gunny's got 2 hats right there. RDC Shoe Company, Valor Coins and Pins. Who am I missing, Gunny?
Heroes Media Group.
Said them first, I believe.
Matt and Becky.
Same flag, same oath.com. There we go. That's who I'm missing. Same flag, same oath.com. Small t-shirt company outside of Katy, Texas. They did our shirt back here. Uncle Sam is wearing it. It says Marine It Down on it. You can go check out same flag, same oath.com. Go to co-branded. You can find it there. Or you can go to homefrontsitrep.com, click on merch, and you can actually find the link to the hat and the shirt there as well. So go give homefrontsitrep.com a look. And it will be updating some more probably at the end of December, 1st of January time frame. So go give it a check out. And then Jeremy, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us as well. I'm glad you tuned in as well. But it is that time of night, my friend.
Hold up. Who do you have tomorrow? Obviously, it's not who do we have, because I have a conference. So who do you have tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have good catch. Ooh, okay. So tomorrow we have another veteran podcaster. His podcast is the Sober Vet Podcast. His name is, that's a good question. I forget his name. Don't remember his name off the top of my head. Brain fart. You caught me off guard. But we will have the Sober Vet coming on. I think it's Dave. I think it's Dave. Is his
the
name.
Sober Vet Podcast. That's all.
Yeah, the Sober Vet Podcast tomorrow.
You'll do a better intro tomorrow when you're prepared.
Yeah,
I'm not here bugging you.
You caught me off guard. But anyway, Gunny, it is that time of night, my friend.
Yep. I'm going to miss you guys tomorrow, but I will be back next Sunday in the bunker.
Gunny will be in the bunker next Sunday. What do we got next Sunday?
Don't worry about it. We're already in hour 14. Close this thing out.
Anyway, like we always say,
early in the morning, get to the airport. Come on,
Homefront Sit Rep. Stay safe out there. We got your
six.
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find Homefront Sit Rep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.
Stay safe out there. I got your six.